Did you feel like people were going to think you had a small wiener? That's why you had such a big car?
Maybe, but I've never felt more respected on the road than driving this car. Okay. People waving me in, people getting out of my way. Hello and welcome to The Great Beyond and Is This Good Companion pod. It's... You know what it is. It's a podcast. There's a podcast. This is a companion to it. Or it's the main thing. That's for you to decide. Where I catch up with my very ill friend and yours, Jason Doyle.
Hello.
Hi. You don't want to put on a sicky voice? I mean, I'm definitely congested too.
It's more in my lungs. I'm really hopped up on like Canadian drugs, baby.
Oh, what's the Canadian version of Theraflu? You know, the powder that you put in hot water?
Neocitrin.
Neocitrin.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that shit used to knock me out.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
God, that's the good stuff. It's so rare because normally you think of America as having the stronger drugs, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah. But it's like the Sudafed is flying off the shelves in Bowmanville, Ontario.
We can't keep it in stock. Door crashers on 12-pack of Sudafed.
That's right.
And producing the show, can we please take a second and be in awe of how gorgeous her hair is, Rachel Doyle?
I don't mind. Take as long as you need.
Okay, why did I say that, Rachel? Do you even know?
Yeah, because somebody was very kind to me on YouTube, which is good.
But see, you gotta be careful on the internet. You gotta, I feel like I'm talking to my teenage daughter here. Honey, you have to be careful on the internet. You cannot, I don't think you should accept with such gusto the compliments of a random internet complimenter.
You know what?
Because you don't know what else this person's doing or saying.
Look, I don't care. I'm going to be kind back. You're going to be kind to me. I'm going to be kind back. If you're wanking off to my hair, I don't care. I don't mind. You want to be nice to me? I'll be nice to you.
Wow.
Just don't tell me what you're doing to my hair in your mind.
It did come from Doc Raunchy, so I think that's...
Yes, my hair is this shiny from all the wanking that goes on near it.
Sorry, I didn't go to raunchy school for 8 years to be called Mr. Raunchy.
That's right. Hey, Jason, guess what Doc Raunchy said about my hair?
Oh my God. And it's not a PhD he has. Actually, he has both, his medical doctorate and his PhD. So he is certified.
So you're saying if someone needs to be sexed up on a plane and they say, is there a doctor on board, do you think he can raise his hand or not?
I could probably raise a couple of things.
Wow.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, all right.
All right, so you guys just got back. This is going to come a little later than normal. You guys just got back. I just got back. We're both sick, but JD, I think you take the crown. Because yours might involve running to certain rooms in your house more so.
Oh,
no. Or am I
No,
not?
no. I'm it's strictly RSV or whatever. It's in my lungs.
Mine
baby.
just left, but when we arrived in Bowmanville, the little wee one, as kids do, their only job is to get everyone else sick. He was barking and then he was puking that night. Yeah. So he had kind of both. I think he had both simultaneously, this chest thing and the norovirus.
Can you have both?
¿Por qué no los dos?
So Christmas Day, 2 other people were puking their guts out at night.
But this is every year. Every year, we, and by we I mean me, I mean you, I mean everyone else, they go away. You guys, when you visit your family, you have to go back to a cold place where, according to medical science, that doesn't make it more likely to get a cold.
Yes.
Or does it actually? I mean, I know the going outside in cold weather with wet hair, that's like an old wives' tale, but...
The coldness lowers your immune system.
Oh, it does? Yeah. Okay, great. Okay. So we got... If only Doc Raunchy was on the pod. And every year we get sick, and yet it does not prevent us from doing it again the very next year.
No, well, you gotta see family, you gotta hang out with them,
But you do wish you could just stay home.
Right now, I wish that I stayed home, but yes. I did have a great time.
It was a great trip.
It was fun.
Okay, do you want to favor me with anything from the trip?
An
event, a moment?
Well,
present that was under the tree for Big JD?
no, we didn't really exchange any presents.
We got matching flannels. Shit, we didn't wear it.
Yeah, we'll wear them the next episode for the resolution show. But yeah, listen, it was lovely family time, and legit white Christmas in, Eastern Ontario. It was great. There's really nothing really to talk about.
Well, you did do a pickleball tournament where you got very mad.
Yeah, Rachel,
at
he
someone.
did say nothing to talk about. I'm pretty sure I heard him say that.
He was pissed off at an old lady.
Yeah,
Yeah, as he should be.
Listen, me and my brother played in a Boxing Day tournament. Okay,
Oh my god.
he was sick, and a couple of octogenarians beat our asses. Okay, that's fine. That part of it's
Literal octogenarians?
I don't think quite.
fine. They're up
They might have
there.
been septo.
Because I feel like you're saying
Yeah.
it was fine. I think you've been a little too quick on that trigger. I'm not sure it's fine for 80-year-olds to beat you.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't want to say, mid 70s. I would think they were all right, but we sucked. Like Ryan was sick. Like he felt like he was gonna barf the whole time. And I hadn't played in a month, and whatever. It's a tournament, anyways. This woman was over celebrating every fucking point. It was just like, wow.
Like
And
she
it-
was surprised?
Yeah, well, it's like these two, 20 years younger, still in their 50s, but still, big guys, and they're killing us, right? So it's just like she was over celebrating, and then afterwards. Which I was like, okay, whatever. I'm going to let her have this because it's important to her, obviously. She wanted for some reason to take a picture with us. She wanted to take a picture with everybody that's what she said.
That everyone that she beat, I think, is the underlying context.
I think so.
She wants
It's
to take it home to her kids and say, you said I need to exercise more? Well, look who I just beat. Two strapping young men. One from America, too.
Well, that's this part of it. It's like my friend who was there as well was chatting with the dude who ended up taking the picture, who's part of the community. And anyways, the guy was like, hey, whatever your name is, this guy that was taking a picture, he drove all the way from Atlanta for this. And she's like, who cares? Take the picture. I'm like, I'm standing next to you, bitch. I mean, I don't want her to be like, oh, that's interesting. I mean, I don't care. But it was kind of rude, no?
Well, it would have been even funnier if she was like, you drove 3,000 miles to get your ass kicked by a 75-year-old?
Yeah.
He would have liked that response.
Yeah. Well, anyways, we faced them again in the losers fucking consolation round, and we no mercy fucking destroyed them. And the sweet, sweet sound of silence, Matt. I can't. She didn't make a peep. Anyways, that felt good. It felt good to fucking take an old woman's.
This is my problem with pickleball. Is it reduces us to being proud of things that we should not be proud of.
It was like took her head and rubbed it in her own shit. You know what I mean?
You mean
I mean,
her
no, I know what
nose?
you mean. Yeah, I do know what you mean, but
Yeah. Anyways.
your victory, while still a victory, still somewhat sad.
Yeah. It was not a good day. Not a good day.
Okay. Did you get to watch your buddies Anderson and Andy chop it up on New Year's? I know that's your favorite thing to do.
I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
From
Okay. I've never really watched it before. I know you always talk about watching it, and I think you're being sincere that you love it. Am I wrong?
It is literally my favorite show. And this year was next level fucking great, man. I fucking loved every second of it.
But why don't they? Because whatever. We went out for dinner and we went out for a drink after, but we still got home before midnight.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, 30 minutes. We got to watch something or else I'm going to fall asleep. So we turned it on. And I was ping-ponging between that and Seacrest's Rockin' New Year's Eve. Mm-hmm. And I think Nashville had some sort of Rockin' New Year's Eve ripoff also.
Yeah.
But Anderson and Andy, they just literally talk the whole time? Via satellite to people?
Yeah.
While being drunk. Doing shots.
Well, yeah.
That seems like a very long time to be doing that.
Oh, it's crazy. It's 4 hours. It was pissing down rain. They had what's the comedy show on CNN? It's got Roy Wood Jr., Ian Michael Black.
Oh
and
yeah, I
Amber
don't know what
Ruffin.
it's called, but I know it. Amber Ruffin.
They came on, and Ian Michael Black says, Andy Cohen asks him, "Hey, what are you doing after this?" Roy Wood, "I'm heading down to the Comedy Cellar." Amber Ruffin, "My nieces are here, but it's raining, so we're going home." Ian Michael Black, "I'm going back to the hotel to rub one out." Live television, man. Fucking, it was amazing. Like, and then there's
Doc Raunchy just perked up.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many moments. They had a costume contest or whatever, and it was great. The French pole vaulter was there with the huge schlong. I'm like, this is on CNN. And they just
But I saw there were a few things where when in the limited time I was watching that, Anderson was like, I'm not saying that. I'm not reading that. Like, he wouldn't read they did like a Goodnight Moon parody.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't read that. Like, it said like Ben and Balo 2.0. And he was like, I can't say that. I can't say that. And Andy's like, why?
Yeah.
It actually happened. It's not like a rumor.
He's like, leave them alone.
Oh, God.
It's so good.
And then he was really giving Andy the stick about dancing at the Grateful Dead show, the Dead and Company show.
Yeah. Did you see the footage? It was great.
Yeah, but I thought it was, quite frankly, a little rude of Anderson.
Oh.
It was just a man dancing. He was like, did you know you were being filmed? And Andy's like, no. And he's like, well, you're famous. You should always assume you're being filmed. Well, but it's pretty great that he's not paralyzed by that. And he's just doing his dorky little Dead and Co dance.
Very cute.
Listen, man, you got to watch the whole thing. Like, you just to see
I
the
don't
descent.
think I'll ever.
Oh,
Really?
I'm doing it now.
Is this at 3 hours?
4 hours. It started at 8.
Oh my God.
I just love their dynamic.
Oh,
it's
God.
so good.
And it's just as two people who worked in live television for 6 years, just seeing it unfold, like, I'm telling you, you would love it. Like, I would love to be part of that production. I just think it's the fucking most hilarious, unhinged thing. And it's on CNN. That's the thing that I always go back to. It's like, this is CNN. This is seeing Anderson Cooper descend into a giggle fit. You don't see that. You never see that. It's fucking great.
It's adorable. Andy is adorable as well. They're so fucking cute the way they converse. I love it. They must be really close.
Yeah, they're
outside
good
of this.
friends. They went on tour together. They have undeniable chemistry. It's just like a couple of gay guys yucking it up. You know, that's what I love more than anything.
Yeah, didn't they say that someone tried to set them up before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure they've tangled with each other.
Wow. Okay.
Non-journalistically.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's just a guess.
Yeah.
Sorry. JD's like, sorry, I can't talk about that. I can't talk about that.
I can't comment.
I saw that Roy Wood Jr. was like, they were offering all those people like a shot, and they all took it, and then he was like, no, I'm not taking a shot. Last time a black man drank on this network, he got fired, referencing Don Lemon, which I thought was pretty funny. Well, Happy New Year to everyone, then, I guess.
Happy New Year. So you were home before midnight.
Yeah, home for me. The problem was, as I said, we only had one restaurant that we were willing to go to because it's in walking distance,
right.
and the last reservation they were doing was 7:45.
Yeah,
Because
we
they
went through this
we want
last
to get
year,
people
I
out of here.
believe.
Yeah,
So the same
exactly.
spot.
Same spot, and then said like 3 glasses of wine at dinner. Then we went to the bar next door, had a drink, and it was not like vibes were not immaculate, as the kids say.
Right.
Like it was. Honestly, I would say less than like a normal night at the bar because it's pretty like neighborhoody bar.
Yeah.
So I figured that maybe for New Year's people want to do it up a little more and not go to the same place as always.
Mm-hmm.
So like it was not a party vibe. Mm-hmm. And I just looked at Jill, I was like, you just made me eat a giant piece of chocolate cake with ice cream on it. Like, what do you want me? What do you want from me? I've had 4 drinks and a piece of chocolate cake. I gotta go home. Yeah. Something's gotta give.
So the CNN thing was a replay, basically.
Oh yeah. That's a great point. So maybe, do you think they edit anything out? Probably not.
I can't imagine they would.
Yeah, there's no time. There's a turnaround time.
Turnaround time.
But it is you're right, so stupid watching the ball drop.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
dropped 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
But fuck, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I can pretend. Have you embarrassed yourself by saying the wrong year? Like, I just had to pay someone yesterday, and it was so embarrassing. I wrote the wrong date on my Venmo.
Oh, that's going to happen for at least a month.
No, it's a joke, Rachel. You can't write the date on Venmo. It's a joke about how people always used to say they wrote the wrong date on their checks.
Well, it wasn't a great joke. I still write checks. So
I don't disagree with you.
I was thinking about how I'm going to do that for the next month because I do write checks all the time.
Right.
Yeah. Can your mouth cash them, though?
My mouth can cash a lot, baby.
Okay, doctor.
Okay. Doc Raunchy. Perked up again.
So yeah, I've just come back from, what was it, like 2 weeks gone. Yeah. But it was a protracted trip because we had to go to North Carolina first, my sister, my nephew's bar mitzvah, then we went to Florida. And then when we were at Florida staying with my parents, we had to drive to the other side of Florida, the Gulf side, to visit Jill's parents.
Oh.
And so we go, I'm like, okay, I know I got to rent a car at Christmas, did it very, very far in advance. I get there, and they ask for my name, and then the woman at the cash says, "Oh, good news, you've been upgraded." I'm like, "Wow, everything's turning up, Matt, so far." Like, by the way, I never rent cars. I have no status. I have no credit card that gets me anything.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Well, this is awfully nice of them." She's like, "Yes, we've upgraded you to a Jeep," and I don't know why. In my head, I assume Jeep Cherokee because that's a nice car, right?
Ish.
It's just an SUV.
It's not a Jeep.
It's not. Yeah.
Well, but it's fancier than like a Wrangler, isn't it?
Yeah, but if somebody says Jeep, I'm like, Jeep, like, the
you
one with the little rubber ducks on it.
You can rubber duck. Yeah, all right, gotcha. You could pull the doors off this Jeep.
That's right. You could take the roof off and go like.
Oh, okay. So
that's
that's like a Wrangler.
Yeah.
No, those are shitty, I think.
Or they're
I mean, I understand why people like them, but they're for someone that's not going to the beach and driving along the sand, unnecessary.
Yeah.
So we go out. She takes me to like the back parking lot where all the cars are, and she's like, "All right," and I'm like looking at definitely not a Jeep Cherokee. I'm looking at what I come to find out is called a Gladiator.
Yeah.
And the only thing I can compare it to is if like a Hummer and a pickup truck fucked.
Wow.
It's like a Jeep pickup truck.
Damn, that's huge.
Yeah, it's a wide ass thing, it's a high ass thing, and it's got a truck bed. I've never driven a truck before. So I go, "Oh, and by the way, it's electric blue."
Ooh.
Like, I don't know, this thing looks like for driving around in the mud. I don't know why it is an electric blue, but whatever.
Did you guys need a boost to get into it?
Yes. It had like the little like lift thing to put your foot on, but I
Jill get under
then when I stepped on it, I'd always be too high, so I'd step on the thing, be up, then my head would be like 2 feet above the door, and then I'd have to like shrink down.
Jesus.
Into it like an elderly person trying to get into like a floppy couch. It was very bad. Anyway, so I say, "Oh, thanks, but no thanks. I'll just take I don't need the upgrade."
Yeah.
She's like, "Well,
too bad.
Unfortunately, the reason I gave you the upgrade is because we don't have anything in the class you asked for." Yeah. So I say, "That's okay. I'll take a downgrade." And she goes, "Well, we do have a Kia."
Okay.
And I was like, "Okay, fine. I drive a Hyundai. The Kia and the Hyundai are brothers and sisters."
Sure, 100%.
So I say, "That's fine." She goes, "Well, just to warn you, this Kia does smell like marijuana." And I go, "Okay, well, how bad could it be?" Because I know some people are fucking crazy. Like, especially people that don't smoke weed at all. They're like, if they smell anything resembling skunky, they're like, "This is offensive to me." Some people that don't smoke, like, they smell a cigarette and it ruins their day,
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people. I can deal with it. So I'm like, I'm sure it'll be fine. I take the keys. I open the door. I don't even step in. I just go, "Oh my God." And she goes, "Do you think I was underselling it?" I said, "Yes, I think you were." She goes, "Yeah, we've had it detailed 4 times. We don't even know what to do with this car. It hasn't been rented in a while." I'm like if I just kept thinking, like, if I run a stop sign and I get pulled over, I'm toast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, weed's not legal in Florida. So I can't take the fucking weed car. So I say, "Jill, this is the car."
Why are you so reluctant to take the Jeep? Like, I don't know. Like, I understand it's big and unwieldy and weird, But you're just driving across Florida. I mean,
He probably
Like-
does.
Yeah,
it-
because-
it's hard to get into, isn't it? As well?
No, I was honestly just worried about. I was worried about driving it, like, because I drive like a tiny sedan, not even a full size sedan.
Yeah.
And I guess like parking it in parking lots and things like that. I was just like,
Yeah.
I know I can do it,
Yeah.
but it just didn't make me feel at ease. I'll put it
Did
that
you
way.
feel like people were gonna think you had a small wiener? That's why you had such a big car.
Maybe, but I think I've never felt more respected on the road than driving this car.
Yeah, they're
People
scared.
waving me in, people getting out of my way.
people love a Jeep. They just do. And then they're disappointed when they see the flatbed on the back. Like, oh, it's one of those Jeeps.
I like
No, but I think people
those.
think it's cool.
It is cool.
I mean, there's definitely.
yeah.
I mean, they fucking made it. They did some market research. Someone thinks this piece of shit's cool. Sorry if you drive a Jeep Gladiator, but
I've got a little soft spot in my heart for a pickup, and I don't know why.
pickups are cool. Like, I mean, especially like a more vintagey looking one that's not, the size of a Hummer. I think they look really cool. But this car, I mean, you saw a picture of it.
Yeah.
Did it look cool to you?
No.
I don't know
No.
what it looks like. I haven't seen a Gladiator.
You have
Okay,
seen
well,
them
there
around.
will be a
I have-
picture up at some point
Yeah.
here.
It's a
I would-
Jeep with a pickup on the back. I've seen them. I've been in the car with you going, ew, look at that.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Like, I'd park it, we'd go for lunch, and then I would literally walk outside and go, ew, what the fuck is that? And then my brain would be like, oh, that's your car. Like, I was just so not used to it being my car, and every time it would shock me every time I saw it.
Did you put
Electric
bags in the
blue.
back when you got groceries?
No, I didn't. I don't know. How does that work? It doesn't, because it didn't have a thing that slides over the
Yeah, you just
bed.
put it in the back.
Pop them
It's
back
just
there.
rattling around back
Yeah,
there.
man.
No, it had a back seat.
Ah,
But anyways, so now might have to get one.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Did anyone leave you a rubber duck? Because that's a thing. with
I don't even know what
Jeeps.
you're talking about.
Is
I
that-
just I'd let that glaze over me, but I didn't know what you were talking
I
about.
have seen that.
Is that like the flower of the Volkswagen Beetle?
I don't know because I'm not a Jeep person, but I think that people have these ducks, these little rubber ducks, and they'll be like, "Oh, I like your Jeep," and they just leave it for you on the on
That's
the handle. So sometimes you'll see a Jeep, especially if it's like a sexier Jeep, it'll have like rows of ducks
Yes.
in the dashboard, right?
Yeah.
And it's just people who have given
really
ducks. Yeah, it's just a thing
That's
among
so-
Jeep people.
interesting?
So
It's very, I don't know. If you're gonna put anything like a pineapple and that's it, I don't like this adornments with flowers for certain things.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
a wave is fine.
Yeah.
Wave and appreciate my car.
any waves
Nice.
though? Any
Not like waves of appreciation, but definitely waves of like, okay, go in here because
Yeah, I don't want to mess with you.
people are like, get it. It's like a gnat, People are just waving it off. With this, it's like I could endanger someone.
Right.
In
exactly.
your monster truck?
Yeah.
And I did put a thin blue line sticker on the back and a Punisher logo. And I do think that helped.
Yeah.
Especially on that side of Florida. Whoa, baby, that is another world. From someone that's only used to the Atlantic side of Florida,
So Gulf side. So where were you?
like St. Pete area.
Oh yeah, I know
Oh.
St. Pete. We love St.
Which
Pete.
St. Pete.
honestly is cool as hell. Like,
Yeah.
I liked it a lot more. It has much more character. Frankly, was it depressing because it still looks like it was just hit by a hurricane, which it just was
Yes.
in October. That was depressing. But like, for example, it's just the kind of like shacky, divey places that we all enjoy. Like, there was a bar called Dog Bar, and they had a T-shirt, and the T-shirt says, "I got woofied at Dog Bar."
Oh my God.
Is that like a cocktail they have?
Oh, I bet they do.
Would not put it past them.
Did you go to the Dolly Museum?
Oh yeah, I did go to the Dolly Museum.
It's a great museum, and
it is a great museum.
in St. Pete's. You don't expect
Loved it.
Salvador Dali Museum. It's like
Yeah, there's two in the world. There's one in St. Petersburg, Florida, because the family that bought a lot of his art is from there. Mm-hmm. I think they're called the Morse family.
Yeah.
And then the other one, Dali built himself in Spain. And that I think still has most of more of the major works.
Yeah.
But this still had a ton of shit in it.
yeah. And last time
I
we
was
were
very impressed.
there, Magritte was there. They had a
Yes,
Magritte.
Renee Magritte was there. It was so.
Pleased to
great.
greet you. These museums, it's like they allude to things and you're like, huh, they're not really seem to be saying what the actual thing is. Like the fact that he used to plan orgies and just watch people.
Oh, yeah.
Settle down, Doc Raunchy. And that his wife was very into young boys. I'm saying like of age.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah,
know,
he
and
didn't-
they were not really together.
He didn't like to be touched.
Yeah. I kind of came away with it being like, I feel like if I knew him, I'd be like, oh fuck, Dolly's here again. Like he seems annoying as hell, right?
The mustache alone, man. It's like why with this, Salvador? What is this curly
Sally!
shit?
I love his art, though.
You know
I
what
love
he
it.
did say? There was a quote there that I thought was really good. It said, shit, what was it? While everyone is staring at the mustache, I'm doing whatever the hell I want behind it. I thought that was a really good.
Oh,
That's a
that's
great
cute.
quote. It's a great quote.
But just this whole like living as art and like being a constant annoying weirdo. Yeah. I guess I'm equating weirdo like eccentric, forced eccentricism with being annoying. But I kind of feel like it would like, God, man, stop trying so hard.
It would great.
We're all probably like that, part of the time.
I guess.
I mean, come on.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Wanting things and acting weird but not realizing
but
we are to
push
other
them down,
people.
Rachel.
You
We
don't know
suppress
that.
them, and that's what makes us better
You
people.
don't know other people's interpretations of your behavior that might be weird to
You
them.
think I've ever had like deep wants and desires and acted on them, Rachel? What are you talking about?
Oh, baby, you were pressed. New Year's rezo.
No New Year's resolutions on this show. So, well, we have an announcement about that. Stay tuned to the end of the show. What do you think about hotel bars as a general thing? Do you like them?
A hotel bar?
Yes.
Well, I do like a hotel bar. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause I
Hold
do
on.
too.
Hold on. Are we talking about like a bar that you go to that's in a hotel, or you're staying in a hotel and you go to the bar? Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, they're the same. They're the same
What is the
thing.
second one?
The second one is
they're both bars in a hotel.
it's the same bar basically, but going into a bar that's in a hotel.
Oh, when you're not staying there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm more likely to go to a hotel bar if I'm staying in a hotel.
Same.
It's a feature I enjoy because we stayed at two hotels, one in North Carolina, and then where was the other one that didn't have? Oh yeah, we had to stay. It's a long story, but we stayed in one that had a bar and one that didn't. And I was like, it's so much fucking better to just be able to go down, have a drink, not think about it.
100%.
But the hotel bar in St. Pete was the funniest / worst / best hotel bar that I've ever been to.
Did you stay
in
like
my life.
on the beach or?
Yeah, it was on the beach.
Oh, I want to
on the beach.
know. Can you say?
What the name of the hotel is?
Yeah,
The Residence Inn, I think.
Oh, so okay. What was the beach you were on?
St. Pete? Treasure Key? Treasure
Island.
Island?
Treasure Island. That's
Yeah.
where we stayed.
That's
Yeah, that's where I stayed. By the way, it was completely dead. I think that part of Florida is also considerably cooler than the like temperature-wise than the other side. So maybe at Christmas it generally gets less. I know for
Yeah.
spring break it's ravaged.
Yeah.
But it seemed pretty quiet, and I didn't know if it was because of the hurricane or not. But anyways, in this Residence Inn, they had the check-in desk. Then there was a door inside the check-in desk.
Yeah.
And on the other side of that door was the bar. So if you were just a patron, like you walk around and then you can go sit at the bar. But if you're the person working the front desk, you are also expected to work the bar.
Oh.
So it's like a literally like Faulty Towers, like woman running back and forth in between the two things. And when she's checking someone in, you hear her do her spiel, which was the most insanely long. Like when we checked in, she was like, now, we do have a gym. It is 24 hours, but if you would like to use the gym after 10 p.m., it is open. However, we do lock it, so we ask that you come down, tell us you want to use the gym. The reason we do this? Well, there is a room next to the gym. Sometimes families rent it, and when they do, they can get woken up by weights dropping. So come down, we will go up with you and open the gym. That allows us the opportunity to remind you to place things down gently and to not play music except in headphones. So again, if you would like to work out late, the gym is open, but you do have to. I'm like, we're not working out. Just you could have asked us, will you be using the gym? It was going to be a quick no.
Yeah.
But that just gives you the sense of this woman sort of loquaciousness, but also slowness.
Yeah.
And so all this to say, we come back the first night from seeing Jill's mom and her sister. We're like, let's have a drink at the bar before we go up to the room. There's 3 people at the bar. Vibe is bad because no one is getting served.
Yeah.
And then finally, she pops back out the door into the bar area, and there was like one special, which was like a holiday martini, and it was a holiday martini because it had cranberries in it. Ooh. And this most obnoxious woman, like the most like if I had put a camera in front of her face, would have gone viral. Like she kept going, I am going to leave a scathing review. And she kept trying to like get all of us at the bar to be annoyed and yell. And I was like, look, you think this woman wants to be doing both jobs? It's a shitty hotel and they're understaffed, and fuck the owners of this hotel for not wanting to pay 2 people. What do you want me to do? And also she can hear us. She's literally 2 feet through that door jam, like checking someone in. So she's like, I bartended, in fact, on the Jersey Shore. Do you know the Jersey Shore? I'm like, yeah, well, I've heard of it. I've never been. Well, then I know. You don't know how busy it gets, okay? And by the way, I had cancer. I'm like, well, I don't see how that's relevant. I don't see how that's relevant to this.
People that do that.
A year ago,
oh my God,
I had no hair. And I was almost dead. Okay? I'm like, I'm very sorry, but I'm sorry about this. She goes, they tried to kick my dog out of here. My service dog. I was like, the dog there? She's like, yes. I was like, okay. In my head, I'm like, that dog has one of those like smushed faces and it can barely breathe, and it barked and lunged at me. I don't think it's a service dog. Anyways, so this woman orders the holiday martini. Finally, the woman comes back. It's like the most labor intensive drink. Jill goes, when it comes to me, I think I'll have the holiday. I'm like, absolutely, you will not have the holiday martini.
You will have one of 2 things. Martini. Wow.
You will have beer in a bottle. You will have the wine that's open, or you will have a cocktail that has max 2 ingredients in it, like a vodka soda, and that is it.
Wow.
Oh, you are cruel.
Rachel, it was honestly insane. Like, this guy was waiting. I'm not exaggerating. I wish Jill was here and I could pull over. A guy waited for about 45 minutes to get his check. It got to his family who's with him left, and they went upstairs and they left him there, and he was just standing, waiting the entire time.
I mean, he could have just left, or said.
I mean,
her,
if I was him, I would have absolutely not.
You
stayed.
just walk past the lady and go, "I gotta go upstairs. You're gonna have to give me the bill tomorrow." It's fucking.
I would have done that.
Straightforward.
I don't know why he was waiting. Maybe amused by this woman. So she orders the holiday martini. She goes to the woman. Are these cranberries boiled? And I can tell from the reaction of the woman that she thinks she says, are these cranberries spoiled? Because she goes, oh, I'm sorry. I'm just one person. I'm just doing my best. And it's like, well, you did an amazing job because I can't stop eating them. And the woman's like, oh, well then I'm not sure you should be doing that. She's like, why not? They're delicious. And this went on for so fucking long. Anyways.
Wait, so now as soon as she came back and was helping her, she was like, she had never just talked shit about her for like.
Oh yeah, the woman was the most unbothered. I really admired and respected her. Like, she did not raise her voice. She didn't
I mean,
hurry up.
The one who was talking shit about her just completely turned.
She would turn on dime. Then she would go back to check someone in. She'd be like, I am going to leave a scathing review. And the person could hear them. I could see. Oh, she fucking sucked. And I also, like, just one of those people you can tell is like a chronic liar. Like, there was another guy that was talking to us, and that we were like, oh, please don't talk to us. Please don't. But then he was like, oh, where are y'all from? By the way, I've realized, like, if you're in anywhere that's not California, being from LA is probably the worst city to say you're from.
Oh, yeah.
No one likes it. Like, we were in the other side of Florida. We went to, by the way, fucking Mark Wahlberg tried to kill me. I went to his F45. He owns a series of gyms, of high-intensity interval training gyms.
I've heard of them. I've heard.
We went to one. I hadn't worked out in a while because of the surgery, and I completely injured myself on a very stupid move with, like, a weight that was too heavy for me. Yeah. F45, I'm sorry if you enjoy it, because I know a lot of people do. It sucks. It's like doing a workout on Zoom. It's just all screens.
Yeah.
The instructor, at least my instructor, was not saying anything. But all this to say, we walked in, and she was like, oh, are you from this area? We're like, no, we're just staying with family. Like, oh, where are y'all from? Los Angeles. She goes, oh, well, you're going to hate this.
She was right.
What? She's like, well, you live in Los Angeles. It's like so many gyms, so fancy there. You're not going to enjoy this.
This isn't for you.
Like, all right. So it's, I mean, you either get that reaction where people think you're, oh, Mr. Hollywood, too big a snob for small town Florida, you know? Right. Or you get from this guy who was like in the military and like deep sighing, like, oh, had to go through San Francisco this year, couldn't leave fast enough, you know, like that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, you did hate it.
Yeah, she wasn't wrong, was she?
What? Oh, F-45? Yeah, I know, but I was ready to love it.
Do you think...
Were you?
This guy who created Wahlburgers. Of course his workout place is going to be good.
Do you think you would have liked it more if she hadn't planted that seed in your head in the beginning?
No, I honestly didn't like it because it was one of those things where it's like, how can we involve technology in a thing that absolutely does not need to involve technology? The whole reason that I get out of my house and go to a gym class is because I feel like I'm around other people and it's a communal experience.
Yeah.
Taking it away where they just show me the exercises on a screen and it's counting down on a screen.
Yeah.
Very, very,
that is
very
annoying.
pointless.
Why would you go? Just gym pass
Just
or whatever?
try to get some fucking body movement.
Well, why didn't you go to the
eating.
gym at midnight?
Go walk to the beach.
No, this is two different things. F-45 was with my parents.
Oh.
Midnight gym that I definitely was not going to was in St. Pete.
Gotcha.
But if you would like to support the show, why don't you go to patreon.com/isthisgood? Because it's a new year.
New year, new you.
New year, new you. New year, new us. Same us. New us consistency, which is what you want from a podcast.
Well, we're a little inconsistent the last 2 Thursdays.
Hello, it's Christmas time.
I know, but today you were feeling like crap.
I almost pulled the plug on today's
I know.
Yeah.
That was a first for you because your head must have been hurting bad. You've never done that.
It still is.
I'm sorry.
And did you do a No Dunks show this morning?
No.
Oh.
No, this is it.
Anyway, better late than never.
No Dunks back tomorrow.
Okay. Well, support the show. You get ad-free episodes. You get access to our thriving community on Discord. You get an exclusive episode every month. That one came out last week. Mm-hmm. Dropped a lot of tidbits on that one, I think, actually.
I don't remember anything that was said.
I think that's what I said. We said our worst investments.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We got into some heavy financial talk. Wow. But that's just the kind of stuff that we feel comfortable revealing amongst amigos and p-hounds. And you can send topics for future shows to isthisgoodpod@gmail.com. Subscribe on YouTube. Let's try to get the YouTube thing going.
You want to get that going?
I don't think.
All right.
Well, I've heard Mr. Beast is having a bit of a downturn. Maybe we can draft off him.
Is he? I thought he had a huge game show or something.
Yeah, but see, there was a problem because it had so many controversies of like contestants complaining and former employees complaining that Amazon's not even promoting this thing.
Oh, okay.
It's supposed to be this big show. I just think that he's weak. He's like a weak animal in the woods. And we should attack him.
Oh, okay. So we're going after Mr. Beast.
Even though he is a beast. He's a beast.
Yes. But, even the most strongest beast in the woods, becomes irrelevant at some point. And
Can a pack of hyenas take down a lion? I've seen it.
yeah.
You've seen it?
Called Mufasa.
Oh, Jesus.
No, I did not. Did not.
Wait, was
see
it
that.
Mufasa that he took down, or Simba? Wait, no.
No, I don't know. Whatever. I've seen it in nature videos.
I
You
don't
think
know.
no hyenas have ever taken down a lion?
Yeah.
A weak lion?
Yes.
Yes.
A baby lion.
A lion in winter? I think they have. And Drunk December is now over. Do you know what it is now, JD? You'll never be able to guess,
Oh,
but try to
God. We never talk about it in advance.
guess. Why would we?
Why would we?
Because they're
I
always stellar.
have final say because they're all great ideas, and I don't want them diluted.
Okay.
All right.
I'm ready for it.
Let's go.
Okay. It's Jehovah's January.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
So now
What does this mean? You're going door to door, baby.
Yeah,
Tell
baby.
people about this
I
show.
love it.
Now, fellas, we recently watched Heretic, which I fell asleep during, and that's not a judgment of the film, but we put it on after a long day of traveling.
Yes.
Made it about 20 minutes in. But this movie with Hugh Grant where the Jehovah's Witnesses knock on his door?
I've seen a trailer, yes. But
Okay, well, I no spoilers because I literally can't spoil it for you because I fell asleep. But
Okay.
maybe he was very nice to them.
yeah, maybe I don't think that that's the case, but maybe.
That would be
Highly doubt
boring.
it. I
That would
think
be very
I think
boring.
he does terrorize them. No spoilers.
Right.
But just be safe. Go with two. Actually, there were two people.
Yeah. Don't go in.
that didn't
Don't go
help.
in the house.
Don't go in. Never go in.
Don't go in.
No. Just knock. ask for their phone. They will happily give it to you.
Yes.
Subscribe to the podcast. And that's Jehovah's January.
Okay, I love it.
Wasn't
Do you?
expecting that. Was not expect. Could have never guessed that in a million years. Hey, Jason, you want to talk about the hotel we stayed at? And
Sure.
your
Are we done with housekeeping? Are we?
Oh, it's over. You know,
okay.
once I tell you what month it is, it's over.
You're right.
I still don't believe your story, even though I was there. But
My story about the
Lincoln
the
backs you
sex
up.
hotel we stayed at. Oh my God, Matt. Yeah, we
Did it have a heart-shaped bed?
No. It was a regular hotel. I'll say the name. Quality Inn. Yeah, Quality Inn.
just one
Low
of those
quality Inn.
powdered egg breakfast hotels.
It's fine. We stopped. We stopped halfway to Canada.
He's so brave, by the way. I'll say the name, Quality Inn. Now, are there 7,000 Quality Inns in this great country? Yes, there are. You'll just have to narrow it down.
Well, it was in Tip City, which I'm going to now call just the Tip City, because we were staying in a sex hotel, and here's what happened. 10 hours of driving, we get out of the car, it's cold, we're tired, we're hauling our bags in. There's a pool at the hotel, and there's a sort of like a door with a glass door, right? On the way to the elevator, very tiny elevator. This is not a nice hotel, but it's clean and it's fine.
and it's affordable.
And it's very affordable.
I was
It's less than
impressed.
$100 for the night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's great. But anyway, so I see this sort of corpulent gentleman in the pool, okay? And he is making sort of cutesy eyes at what I assume is a child, okay?
It was not a child.
I wasn't a child. No.
No.
I couldn't see the other person. So whatever. So I'm fiddling with my bags and we're going by, and then I'm like, oh, hold on. That's not a child. That is a woman. And that he is making out with this woman. Like, they're canoodling in the pool.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
Okay.
fine. It's a whatever Saturday night in Tip City, just
Hey.
the Tip City.
You plunk down your $89.99 to stay at the Quality Inn in Tip City. You can do whatever the hell you want.
Exactly. So they're pretty much full on making out in the pool. I'm like, oh, okay, this is whatever.
As
And-
his hands are against the glass.
No,
looking-
it wasn't that. And I was like, to the boys, I was like, oh, check these fucking freaks out. Check out the Griswolds over there. Couldn't wait to get it on in the pool. But anyways, and then we sort of move past the door, and there's another couple in the same pool, like making out separately. Like, weird, right? Like, and we're talking like a tiny little indoor pool.
Not a hot tub.
Not a hot tub. Like, this is where you're like, oh God, just please let this place have a pool so I can put my kids in it for 25 minutes and keep them occupied. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not
So
a
you told
sex
the boys
pool.
to go splash around and ruin the sex party?
I was like, hey guys,
They were waiting for us, Jason.
is that what was happening? It was an invitation.
Now, you're sure they did not know each other?
I don't know. I actually don't know. It was weird though. Like two sort of,
Might have been.
But well, I'm a little
Okay.
confused when you say corpulent man. Like, are you saying the woman was like much more attractive than him
No.
and led you to believe
No.
that it was some sort of paid arrangement?
she too was corpulent.
Just an extra descriptor, just so you could really picture
just trying
it. Podcast listeners, just picture it.
Let-
He's like, I'm trying to be a better person in 2025, but two fatties were in the pool kissing, and I pointed at them and I said, "Hey kids, look at that."
and then I said, "Oh my God, there's another two fatties over in the right beside them making out. What's
Keep
happening
your bathing
here?"
suits on, folks.
Look, it's Ohio. I don't know, man. Like,
Uh-oh. It's going to narrow it down.
I just said it's Tip City.
Oh, yeah. I already forgot you said just the Tip City. Yep.
Yeah, Tip City, Quality Inn for your sexy time.
Your sex party needs.
Yeah.
Probably the most exciting thing I did, I went to the Everglades. Finally.
Oh.
Lifelong dream. Have you been?
I've never been. No,
Okay. Scared. You're probably too scared, aren't you?
I don't like bugs, Matt. I don't like bugs.
How do you feel about snakes and gators?
Totally fine with it, but I am intrigued by the Everglades. But whenever I see them, even on like shows and stuff, I go, I can't imagine shooting in this environment because the mosquitoes must be fucking insane.
That's a good question. There were definitely bugs, but not mosquitoes.
Oh, okay.
Or I don't know if it was the time of the year, but
Yeah, maybe.
I was waving my hand a bit in front of my face, but not that much.
Okay. So you didn't get bit?
No, I didn't get bit.
Oh, okay.
Now there's like Everglades is so fucking big, and there's like. Now I'm going to talk. I will now talk about the Everglades as if I am and have always been an expert. You see, in the South, where the waters are brackish, that's a mix of salt water and fresh water. You can actually see crocodiles there. Which you cannot see further north where we were. Right. All alligators. But it's all about the brackish or non-brackish water in this case.
Right.
But anyways, I saw some gators, which was very exciting.
Okay. Just lurking, or was there any action? Okay.
Like eating something, you mean?
I don't know. Like snapping at stuff?
They were like literally... Honestly, a bit of a letdown because gators are cold-blooded, so they only come to the surface really to like digest.
Yeah.
Like so the sun hits them.
Right.
But it was not very sunny, and like you just see the tail in black water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't even see their face usually.
Yeah.
There was an exciting moment where we stopped to look at a gator that was lying perfectly still amongst some reeds, and you could barely see the tail. And then probably the highlight of it was someone was like, "It's moving now!" And it like moved its tail a bit. It was like, okay, cool. No, I did laugh because I was in charge of like picking the place, and I was kind of instructed like, and I don't know if this is a stereotype, but there was like, because there were like a 4-year-old going and older people going, and it was like, don't pick one of these like Yahoo places where a guy is going to be like trying to flip the boat or something like that. Or like throwing marshmallows at the gator so they come real close to you, a snapping, you know?
Yeah.
So this place looked legit. It was like sanctioned by the National Park Service.
Okay.
But I looked at the FAQ, and the first question was, are the gators real? Which they were like, yes.
Yeah.
And then the next question was, do you serve gator meat? And I thought the answer was going to be, of course not. But the answer was, of course.
Yeah.
So I had to try it. It tasted fine.
Yeah.
Not like, people said tastes like chicken. Sorry. That did not taste like chicken. No. But my general point that I want to make is like, these places where, because then they after the boat tour, they take you in and they have like some alligators in captivity, and there's a little show, and there's a woman that talks and explains. And like they're always going way too overboard trying to tell you how totally fine this is to keep the animals in captivity. Mm-hmm. Like even the guy that was driving the boat was like, someone raised their hand and was like, you know, I've noticed like the gators like they're really hard to see and they're not really above water. So like what would happen if you drove the boat over one of them? And the guy's like, totally fine. It'd be like me running my hand through your hair. I'm like, really? Because there's like 30 people on this boat. It's pretty big.
Yeah. Is it like a fan boat? Like one of those?
Yeah. They have to be fan boats.
They have a tough hide. That makes sense.
So you're fine with us hitting the like?
Yeah, I'm totally fine with it.
Where do you think the gator meat comes from?
Roadkill, waterway roadkill.
But you know, like the what was that documentary about the killer whales called?
Blackfish.
Oh,
Blackfish.
Yeah.
Is
it called Blackfish?
I think so.
Oh, interesting.
Whatever it was, like the Tillicum, I think that was the name. Yeah. Remember, like its flipper flipped over.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh no, that's good that its fin is like at half mast. That just means it's relaxed. It loves it here."
Yeah.
And then like now we know that's like a sign of illness.
Yeah.
And they're always like, "Oh, well, the animals live longer in captivity."
Well, hold on. But you were in the Everglades, though. You were like...
No, I know, but the first part was like a boat tour, but then you go and then, you know, and then it becomes more like...
A zoo.
Gators in a small cage.
Gotcha.
Like, I don't know about this. And the woman's like doing the show, like, I don't know if you've ever seen this, but like if you poke a gator, you know how its eyes kind of stick up from its relatively flat back? Yeah. If you poke them, they go into the body.
Ah. Really?
Why you want to poke them?
Yeah, that's what I said. So she was like, "Here's a magic trick. Kids, look closely. Now you see him, bloop, and now you don't." She like literally Three Stooges poked the thing in the eyes.
Gross.
And they do disappear. And then she's like, "And of course, don't worry. This feels the same to them as you blinking." And I'm like, "But you're poking them in the eye."
Yeah.
That feels very wrong.
So we don't know how we feel about the Everglades. I mean, I know how I feel about the Everglades. They're actually awesome. Yeah. They're way cooler than I thought they were going to be. And it's way more beautiful than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Nice.
So get out there. Go see some alligators.
Yeah,
that
man.
was exciting.
Yeah.
And one more thing. I got to ask you an Is This Good question.
Great.
Flying home. Save you the details, but we got on the plane, malfunction, had to get off the plane, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But flew, and like you, JD, I'll say it, JetBlue. And they've the most rules of any airline. Like, they wouldn't let us line up for the bathroom when the plane was at its cruising altitude. The guy's like, you have to wait in your seat. Look back and see if the light is vacant, then you can come up. I'm like, how's that going to work? I'm in row, 15.
Yeah.
The bathroom's in row 30. There's always going to be people getting to it before me. It's not very fair.
It's like a whack-a-mole, right? Like, you have to be the first one to pop up.
And everyone's going to respect that?
Well, I don't know. That's what they're saying.
No, that's not how it worked. But anyways, we've talked about before, how awkward it is when, never mind on your phone or on your own iPad, you're watching something very violent or sexually explicit, but when the airline is puts it on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's a kid next to you or an old person or even behind you or whatever.
Sure.
So this is the sign that comes up when you select a video to watch on the JetBlue in-flight entertainment. Heads up! While offering you the best entertainment puts us on cloud nine, first of all, shut the fuck up. The following selection contains visual scenes that may not be appropriate for all audiences. Please help us make this flight fun and entertaining for all by being mindful of those sitting next to or behind you and using your best judgment before getting on with the show. Thanks. And then there's 2 buttons. You can click OK, bad idea, or coast is clear. What the fuck is this?
How are you supposed to tell?
What is my judgment?
I guess if you have a kid next to you, don't put on 50 Shades of Grey or whatever.
Well,
Yeah, okay, but what if I have a 40-year-old adult and that adult happens to be, I don't know, very religious or something?
Right.
How the
Yeah.
fuck am I supposed to know?
Yeah.
How am I supposed to know if the kid sitting next to me is 14 or 16?
I mean, and it's also censored. Some movies are censored for airplanes. Was it Mr. Fantastic?
Captain Fantastic.
Captain
Captain,
Fantastic. And I was watching on the plane, and I loved it. And then I came home and watched it with them, and I'm like, oh my God, they didn't show his penis on the plane. Amazing. So I enjoyed
What was
the movie
amazing?
all over
Their
again.
penis or the fact that they didn't show it?
The penis.
It was pretty impressive, I have to
was.
say.
Anyway, I enjoyed
Especially
it all
he's not
over
a tall
again.
guy.
Yeah. Oh, is he not?
He's
Vigo?
5'7".
Is he? Wow.
Vigo?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's just not a tall dude. But that's fine. A lot of cool guys aren't tall.
You're right.
So I just found this offensive. It's either put explicit shit on your thing or not.
Yeah.
Leave it up to me, to my judgment, to look around and assess what's going on here.
I guess it's just if there's a kid near you and there's explicit violence.
Don't put it on
But
your
then don't
airline.
put it on.
Yeah.
Because everyone has their own TV. If I want to watch it, then I'll watch it. It's your fault, not my fault.
Yeah, 100%. So what'd you go with?
The funny thing is I was just watching season 3 of Hacks.
Oh.
I don't know why that would be. I mean, maybe this comes up before everything.
Anything with an M rating or whatever. Or,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't fucking know. Actually, speaking of movies, I saw The Brutalist, which we're not talking about because I don't think anyone's seen it.
Okay.
First of all, you're giving me a look that you don't even know what that is.
I know what it is.
Okay. Remember we were when all these movies were coming on, they were all fucking 3 hours long, and we were discussing whether there should be intermissions in movies.
Yeah, sure.
This movie has a sanctioned intermission in it, it's built into it.
Okay.
And I think I might have been saying intermission is a good idea.
Not
Now
a
that
good
I've
idea.
experienced it, very bad idea.
Why? What happened?
It's just I mean, this is a movie where you're very much in a mood and a time and a place and a vibe, and then just the lights come up and everyone leaves, and it really kind of broke the spell of the movie for me.
Wow.
And then I don't want to hear anyone else's opinion in the middle of the thing, and that's kind of what it forces you to do, because now
Right.
you're there for 20 minutes.
Right.
Everyone around you is either going wow, so amazing, or I don't know, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I just the whole point of a movie in a movie theater is you're not hearing other people's opinions. You can't pause it. Now, I will say for me, it doesn't bother me because I'll just wait till a slow scene, run out and pee, and be back in 90 seconds. But,
Right.
This is a movie that I assume a lot of older people are going to go see
Sure.
just based on the length and the subject matter. So
Yeah.
maybe they don't want to duck out in the darkness and the stairs and all that shit.
Yeah.
So I, whatever. But as a general rule, no, I'm out on introvert. Also, they started it wrong. Because it started, and I said to Jill, I was like, it's weird they're not telling us how long this is. Like, is this 5 minutes or 20 or whatever?
Oh, the intermission.
Yeah.
Maybe they...
So then I went out to pee, come back, and then there's a timer that goes up. Like, a timer that the filmmakers included in this reel that is the intermission. And then it starts running down from 15 minutes, but they started late. So it was like over a 20-minute intermission. It was just too long.
Yeah.
So should they start like selling diapers at the theater? Just like, don't people do that? New Year's Eve in Times Square, they just wear diapers so they can stay there the whole night in their spot.
Yeah. I mean, you might need to. This was without exaggerating, 4.5 hours in the theater. Whew. Between commercials, trailers, the movie, and the intermission was pretty much 4.5 hours.
Well, you have to have an intermission. I know
long.
It breaks the spell, but
That's long.
maybe there's a way to keep it
but
going.
it would have been a mere 4 hours if there was no intermission.
Okay, toilet seats in the seats. Just fucking press a button, the lid goes back,
Okay,
you do your
whatever.
business, close
Yeah,
it
well,
back
they might
up.
as well have those with these fucking stupid. That's another thing too. No more laying down seats.
Yeah.
I never do it.
No more. It's so stupid. The seats that for this one, by the way, they were leather. They were very plush. They were comfortable, but they did not have like a power button like in a fancy car to move the seat back.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing that. We don't need to. Because I saw Gladiator 2,
Yeah.
which we also won't discuss. Well, maybe we'll discuss it at a different juncture. I saw this in Florida, and the seat went all the way back, and everyone is like lying down, and there's no way it's better to watch a movie like that.
It looks so weird to me, a full room of strangers lying down to watch a movie. I find it really weird.
It is weird. Any sort of random thoughts, odds and ends as we get into the new year here?
No, I mean, well, I guess we're going to be doing a resolutions show. You want to get to that?
Yeah, well, we're going to tell you if your resolutions are good.
Yeah.
And in many cases, they're not. So,
Yeah, I saw the list. I added a couple.
unfortunately, one of my resolutions was to be less judgy, but I'm going to put it on hold
What?
for this one.
What?
No,
The
just
whole
kidding.
show would collapse.
No, I know. You guys sent us some resolutions. We have our own resolutions. Some are sort of theoretical resolutions. And we're going to basically ask, like, is this a good thing? Should you even bother doing this? Should you even be putting effort towards this? And we're going to stay away from, like, no offense, boring ones, like, be on my phone less, because whatever. Of course, that's good. I mean, good for you if you could do it. But we're looking for some more specific resolutions. So if you have them, send them in. And you'll hear that on Monday. Okay, well, one more question for you about the airport. Okay. Why do you think everything that you can buy in the stores, candy-wise, is so big? Like, why can't I buy? Because I want to buy Swedish fish, but the only pack they had was the giant, like, economy size. I look at the bag; it's like 1,000 calories in it, and I know I'm gonna eat the whole thing. So I just want one bag.
What? Really? You're going to eat the whole thing?
If you
know
have
me.
it.
Once it's open and I get started, I ain't stopping. Why would I?
That's a lot of Swedish fish to be
I know. I
gurgling
just want a
around.
regular size bag that you can get in any 7-Eleven. Why can't I have that? Every chocolate bar is king size.
Yeah.
Every bag of candy is giant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, and
that's
then,
a great question.
but then that's the food. And then if you go to the store and you actually need something useful, like I had a headache, so I was like, ibuprofen, and they're like, here's 2 pills of ibuprofen.
Yeah.
Here's 7,000 Swedish fish or 2 pills of ibuprofen.
Right.
And then you go into the what's it called? The duty free. The candy is even bigger.
Yeah.
It's like a Toblerone the size of a pit bull.
Like Costco candy at the airport.
Yeah, it's everything is size. And then when you go to a restaurant in the airport, food is normal size. You order a burger, it's just a burger.
Yeah.
So the only place they're really insisting on everything being big is like the Hudson News.
Right.
Is it supposed to last you the entire flight?
Well, I think that's what they're thinking, but I think they're losing customers that are like, I just want a little snack. I don't want the whole giant thing, partly because of cost and partly because I don't want to eat the whole thing.
Wait, you're telling me you didn't buy the Swedish fish?
You are 100% correct.
Wow.
I did not.
Ooh.
I knew I couldn't do it. I know my limits, JD.
But I don't understand how you know your limits not to buy the thing, but you don't know your limits to stop eating the thing once it's open. Like you could do it in 2 or 3 sittings. You know what I'm saying? Like you have the willpower.
That's like saying, I don't know. I don't want to go so far as to say it's an addiction, but
Yeah.
you know.
If it's in the house it's gonna get eaten, and it's not like if I know it's there, it's gonna be consumed. I can't just let it sit.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
like,
you don't
for
eat
instance-
it all at once. That's
No, but I'll eat it the next day, the next day, the next day.
Right.
I won't eat it if
That's-
it's not there.
But that's the whole point. That's what
No.
he's saying he can't do.
But you don't need that much Swedish fish every day.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, like Jill made cookies last night. She didn't eat all of hers, and there's one in the fridge, and I won't be able to stop myself from eating it. Like, it's just right here.
oh my God. If you're just listening, he has left his frame.
And,
He's taken off his headphones, and he is...
yeah, like, I don't need to eat it, obviously.
He's a...
But,
Yeah.
what couldn't hurt to take a
But
bite.
Wow.
to. Oh, that
What do
looks
we got there? An
good.
oatmeal?
Toffee in that?
Oatmeal butterscotch chocolate.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, of course.
Now,
you're
I
gonna
should have been able to stop myself from eating this.
no.
Wow. That's Jill's cookie?
Fuck her.
There's more batter in the freezer. All right, join us Monday where we'll be asking if your resolutions are good. Not eating like a pig. That should have been mine. Emails isthisgoodpod@gmail.com. Subscribe everywhere. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts. There's not been a review there in a while. And quite frankly, I think it's rude and insulting.
Says the guy chewing in your ear.
You know, cut my mic, especially while I'm talking. Check us out, patreon.com/isthisgood. Guys, yeah, happy 2025. In a word, good feelings, bad feelings.
So far,
I'm
it's,
being positive.
it's a goddamn disaster so far.
Okay.
Great so far for me.
2025, a waking nightmare. This was JD, Matt, and Rachel reaching out from the great beyond. We'll see you next week. Happy 2025.